up with at the time in the 60s that fed into the great thing today. For not to mention, I mean, how did they? The claims of this particular species of alien looks that what? I blew my
The
mind.
science fiction of today is the science fiction of tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
You know, they say if you can think it, you can create it, and if you think anything exists, maybe not this timeline, but somewhere, you know. I mean, we mentioned this talked about it the other day, like on Star Trek. You know, watching they walk up to the doors and they automatically open. Now they're at Walmart.
Right.
You know, they're walking around with their little tablets, doing their work as they walk down the hallway of the Starship Enterprise. And now look, everybody's using their smartphone. You know, yeah, Roddenberry was either genius or lucky, or all three.
From I mean, he's eccentric and sometimes very
Well, you know,
crazy.
maybe snatched.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, but definitely, yeah. That discussion many times, and it's interesting. It's on.
Yeah.
We really did some cool stuff, you know, years from now.
Right. Now I remember when we were still in India. This is in 3-4 years. Where I saw. I swear. In just probably maybe a quarter, half a mile outside of home from. All right, this is just going to be a test real quick because it seems like our broadcast from today seems to have been a little skewed. I'm not sure exactly why it happened like that, but things seem to be running better at this point after I changed some things around. So you guys check back with us next week for more infrared radio, and hopefully we get all this stuff worked out and we'll start putting out some good quality stuff for you guys. So I want to appreciate you guys checking us out, checking out our YouTube page, Infrared Radio, and WPGP Radio, digital broadcasting in Augusta, Georgia. And we'll get all this worked out and hopefully streaming pretty clean. So you guys have a great Sunday, and we'll see you next week. can't see in the dark, you need infrared radio.
Alright, so you think you're ready? Okay, then you say this with me, go. We were born for this. Alright, so you think you're ready? Okay, then you say this with me, go. We were born for this. We were born for this.
And we are here for a special Monday edition of Infrared Radio here on the PGP Radio Network. I am G, that is Deb, and hola.
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
Hola. Let me turn our little pretty faces on. Oh, good God. I just did that on camera. I just really did that. You'll have to watch the video and you'll be like, what the hell are you doing? Doofus!
And like me, I knew you had it in you.
I got it in, man. So,
Yeah. We didn't do our normal Saturday night thing because we had shit to do.
right?
So
We had other things that we had to take care of. Well, of course, it was Easter weekend, and well, didn't do much on Easter at all.
Yeah.
But because I'm in Georgia and my family in Indiana, except for my wife. But we just kind of hung out all day and just kind of chilled with each other. It's really pretty nice. Had a good time actually.
and my kids and grandkids are spread out all over the country. I've got some in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and I've got some in Tampa, Florida, Clearwater. I've got them in Atlanta, Georgia. So real quiet and kind of sad, but kind of nice. I didn't have to even get dressed all day long. It was awesome. I just laid in bed and watched King of Kings and about like 40 times. That's one of my favorite movies.
I got been watching Spartacus, Blood and Sand from it was on Stars, I guess about a couple years ago, and that was pretty decent. I don't know how any of that is as far as accuracy, but I like periods just like that.
Yeah, I did miss my kids though. I mean, when you get to be a certain age, life starts to change, and
Right.
The hardest thing that you'll ever do as a parent is to let them go.
Yeah.
And it's when they put a couple thousand miles between you, you don't really have much of a choice. So that's different, but you make it work. Like I said, I enjoyed my day laying around in my pajamas, watching TV, and just eating what I wanted when I wanted.
Right? Yeah,
So-
like I said, we didn't do diddly. We just kind of hung out and spent the day together and made phone calls late in the afternoon, Skype calls and stuff like that. But,
Yeah. I surfed around on the internet a little bit, hung out on Facebook, and did some reading, found some interesting stuff that we'll talk about later. And
Porn.
no, it wasn't porn. Fool.
You was looking at porn. You ain't lying. You was looking at porn.
Porn. You know what?
What?
Porn today is different than porn in my day.
Oh,
Porn
good God.
in my day, I'm just saying. No, it was gross then too, but it wasn't as gross. Shut up. It was more psychological too. You know what I mean?
No.
And the movies actually had some kind of a theme to them, even though they did have really cheesy music. That's hasn't changed.
Wow.
But
So okay. Let's break this down a little bit. Porn back in the day versus porn
back
now.
in the day.
Now I'll give you. Now I'm not no spring chicken, so I can remember some porn back in the day. With all the hair and all of the hairy guys and the very hairy women, and I remember the cheap. I remember the cheap stripper pole music going on,
down fast,
right? And I remember, and there's really, because people are just stupid when it comes to porn involvement, as far as what they do now versus what you would ever saw back in, say, for me, you know, the mid to late 80s and on, and how that progression has gotten so much more graphic and so much more dirty
Yeah.
than, say, you were to watch a stag film that somebody made in the 50s. You know, I've seen those. And they don't even compare.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm thinking of the old 8mm films that the dudes watched in the back room. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's to me what porn was.
Yeah.
This stuff today is just like gross.
Right?
It's not a turn on to me like the old stuff was. You had to think more. More stuff went on in your head. You know what I mean? So, shut up. That's it. I'm done. We're not talking about porn anymore. I'm a grandmother. I'm done.
Oh my God. This is,
How the hell did that even start?
well, because we're talking about the progression of that.
Yeah.
And you know, okay, on a paranormal ufology tip, how have the stories of UFOs and abductions and even ghosts and you know, from the poltergeist to, you know, basic haunts to malevolent haunts, I mean, the stories then, how do you think they rate throughout the time, you know, say from, let's just go from the 70s, since that's a common ground for you and I.
Yeah.
Okay. I got this, hold on, I got my mic is right in my face and right in camera. So, progression of stories, and I wouldn't, and honestly, I wouldn't even begin to know. If you guys have stories from way back in the day, from, you know, 70s, early 80s, versus stories that you have now, send it to staffnpr@gmail.com and wpgpradio@gmail.com, because I would really turn on to a full-on graphic, nasty turn on.
Well, you know what? I think some of that started up when you started seeing it on cable TV. You know, ghost hunters first became wildly popular. People started watching it. And then all of a sudden everybody was talking about it and always talking about their ghost stories, you know. Back in the 70s, people didn't talk too much about it because most of the time when they did, people looked at you like, okay, you know. People are more accepting now, I'll give you that much. And like back when I first reported my UFO experiences, that first came out public, you know, back in the early 80s. Late 70s. People didn't talk about this. Good Lord, I was embarrassed to even talk about it to the researchers. And everybody's, you know, groups of people stand out on the beaches and out in the fields and the mountains and try to call them in. I'm like, what the actual are you people trying to do? I mean, that's something I don't get. While I embrace what happened to me in that, I just happen to be either in the wrong place at the time or the right place at the right time as individuals. I mean, it depends on where you are in the process. If this is just happening and coming up like I was in the 70s, I read a lot of people that are just coming to the realization something's going on. Where I was, 30 years ago. Then you get to my age and you progress 25, 30 years from that point, things do change. Your experiences change. You're different. My experiences now are much less physical and much more psychological and even spiritual. But it's all connected to it. And as far as the ghostly stuff and the haunts, like you said, I think more and more people are just so quick to say, oh, we got demons in our house. Probably not, because you probably wouldn't be able to say that if you did, really, because you wouldn't be able to talk, because you'd be so freaked out.
Right, you'd be so scared to death that...
I think they got, they're getting... and they get some wrong ideas from some of these guys that show up on TV, because I don't know where the hell some of these guys...
I've got to say that one thing about, like you mentioned, ghost hunters, one thing about them, I've never seen an episode where they've acted like it was something so malevolent that they would classify it in that category.
No, and I think truthfully, I mean, I know a lot of paranormal groups that just turn their nose at like, at them, but I personally think that TAPS did a pretty good job, especially in the first few seasons. I think they were a good representation of the paranormal investigator. I do. Many that came after them, I don't know how the hell the people even got shows. To be honest with you, but
that's what I'll boil down to. It's just shows, but
yeah, because a lot of it's clearly entertainment geared.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I think the only time I ever saw them run was when that Arnold kid had whatever it was jump out of the cell at him, and he like shat himself and ran away from it. You know what I mean? And that's really the only time. But I agree. Like the first 3 seasons made them lose focus on their mission, and I think.
Well, I'll tell you, I know, having worked with television and things like that, they will often. I mean, they are going for the biggest bang for their buck,
Right.
And drama sells. They embellish things, I think, to make it look more scary and get people on the edge of their seat. Because you and I both know, good Lord, how many times have we been on investigations where we have sat for hours and hours and hours, and the only thing that got scared was my hips because I ate a whole box of donuts.
That wasn't your hips that was scared. That was the air pushing out of your butt.
I mean,
do you hear that? No, it's just dead dropping ass.
That nothing happens. And you walk through and people are saying, well, this and this and this, and you're able to debunk everything in like a half an hour and show them what it actually is. And then you sit there all night long and you can't hardly stay awake. And then you got to go home and listen to 16 hours of audio tape. And then you want to pass out again. I mean, it's not glamorous, and you got to make a show out of that. So, I think they finally got to it, figured out they need to tricksy this shit up a little bit. Yeah. And that's when it started getting kind of spoiled, I think.
Well, I'm sorry, you don't have real time. I mean, let me rephrase that. You don't always have real time evidence or real-time events that happen. Or
no, you don't know it until the next day when you're reviewing stuff, and then you're like, ah!
And I'm still, I've heard voices myself, and I know you have too. We've heard them on the show. You and I have investigated quite a bit together. We know, something's odd about the room, and we'll stay in there, but doors close on us or whatever. But 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, we don't know what the hell is going on, what is going on. You're there from, say, for a 6-hour investigation from 9 to 3 in the morning. You can go from 9 to 2:45 and have absolutely nothing, and things will start getting sketchy when you're, okay, well, let's get ready to start wrapping up, and it'll start tripping off.
Right.
But, and the bottom line, like you said, they're TV shows, and that's what they've got to do.
Now, see, you and me need to get a TV show.
Right.
Really.
I don't know.
You would do great.
I think it would be a show better, definitely on cable.
Yeah.
Where the censors will be a little less softer with the reins when it comes to what comes out of our mouths. I'm just saying.
I try to behave, but
Seriously? No.
Whatever.
We have the same voice box. There's just no getting around that.
I think we were like brother and sister in another life or something. Just seriously.
Right.
Or somehow, are you Irish? I'm Irish.
I have some Irish.
Yeah.
Not up in me, but I have some Irish.
You are stupid. Shut up.
See what I mean about the show?
Oh, I guess. Well, yeah. Yeah, we need to do like satellite or cable or something. I don't know.
Right. Well, that's why we're doing
Cable,
video
yeah.
right now.
That's why we're on YouTube.
Right. But
Hey, that dude, one of my favorite guys on YouTube is that Steve, the oh, Steve, somebody. He does the lawnmower dude, Steve the lawnmower man or whatever. He's funny as hell. Look him up, you guys.
Steve the lawnmower man. That's
Yeah,
funny.
he says he ends his show with "I got shit to do."
Oh yeah, you've shown me that before.
That one. He's funny.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I was going to ask you. Oh, I know what I was going to ask you. I had saw a story.
Mm-hmm.
Just actually, it was a video actually today. They were talking about hypnosis and. Oh, that's really weird because the show I was watching today talked about hypnosis as well. That's crazy. Wow, what was that?
Karma. I mean, not karma. Fate. Okay.
You look like you had the reins of the horse and you were galloping down the track. No, but seriously, I said that with a straight face.
Did it hurt?
No, not that it necessarily did hurt. I mean, what was the experience?
Just shut up.
I've
What are you talking
never,
about?
like, I know you have been hypnotized, right?
Yeah.
I know you went through that process and whatnot. I've never been through that process.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you cognitive of what's going around you when you're under? I mean, can you hear him? I mean, obviously, you hear him talk or hear whoever's talking to you because they're helping you diagnose or whatever. But I mean, I don't. What do you experience?
I can't talk for. Well, you hear, and I can't. What I'm about to talk about is like therapeutic hypnotherapy. I'm not talking about the Hollywood hyped up stuff. I don't know anything about that, and I think that's pretty much probably a lot of showy. But I was hypnotized by a psychiatrist in New York, and she walked me through it slowly. Basically, when you're hypnotized, you are super relaxed. You are in a super relaxed state. Your mind is quiet. Your mind and your body are one and connected. And, they start you out focusing on your breathing and focusing on feeling every sensation in your body from head to toe. And you focus in on that. And it isn't that you don't hear what's going on around you. It's just that you're so focused on relaxing that you're going through that process and you're not really paying attention. You're definitely here the person who's guiding you, and you can do it to yourself. I mean, you can self hypnotize and relax yourself. I do it all the time.
Wasn't
when
that
I'm feeling
meditation?
stress and anxiety. Meditation is a form of hypnosis, frankly. It's an ultra relaxed state of being in your mind. I mean, I think your brain maybe like goes to alpha waves or something. But it's not mystical. You cannot be made to do something that is against your moral, character. Like you can't be hypnotized and somebody can say, go kill somebody. And if you don't have that in you and you wouldn't do that, you're not going to do that.
Right.
You're going to be waking up and you're going to go, what the F is wrong with you? Why in the hell would you say that, fool? Basically, I use self-hypnosis a lot to fall asleep. And in the process, I try to give myself some positive, reinforcing words and phrases to carry with me as I drift off, when I'm doing it. But it's really, and the worst thing that can happen is the guy who hypnotizes you puts you deeply, you have gotten yourself deeply into a hypnotic state, and he croaks. You're not screwed. You'll just fall asleep, and then you'll wake up, and you'll be all right. You know what I mean? I've heard people say, oh my God, what if my hypnotherapist has a heart attack and dies while I'm under? I'm screwed. I'm going to be a vegetable for the rest of my life. No, you're not. You're going to fall asleep, and then you'll wake up, and you'll feel really good and refreshed until your therapist died.
Right.
Who's this? I think it could be a good tool, psychologically speaking, when done by a psychiatrist, and they know what they're doing, to help people. Like, I think that it helped me when I was hypnotized to quit smoking, and I haven't had a cigarette in 15 years.
Yeah.
I think it can help you with weight loss. I think it can help you to deal with anxiety and stress and help to keep you calm. But as a tool for like UFO experiencers, people who think they've been abducted and all that, I'm not so sure that it's that great of a tool or something that should be leaned on so heavily for evidence. Uh, because there's so many people out there doing hypnotherapy or hypnosis right now that aren't psychiatrists, or
Mhm.
at least aren't trained correctly by psychiatrists. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you you really don't want to be doing hypnotherapy with somebody that has a serious mental illness, and sometimes untrained individuals don't recognize serious mental illness in somebody, and in that particular case I think it can do more harm than good. And as far as memories go, trying to retrieve memories, it's so very easy to uh, inadvertently contaminate somebody's subconscious when you're in an ultra relaxed.
Is our call going to drop? Well, if there's not any technical problems, then of course it's going to not be a good show, right? Right. That's funny. So let me get Deb back on the line with us here. Yeah. Skype seems to be having a little bit of problems this evening. Well, damn Sam. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying, there's just that question of hypnosis, like what are you feeling and how are you, what kind of mindset are you in? Are you that relaxed that that's what's actually happening, is that you are digressing in your memory? So I don't know. It's just one of those questions that I wanted to ask Deb as I try to get her back on the line here. That was really kind of on my mind today because I saw that like 2 or 3 different times. And
Hello?
Hi, welcome back.
What the H happened?
Skype is a big douchebag.
Bastards.
I know, right?
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, hey. So where did I get chomped off at?
I'm not really quite sure because I started talking, so there wouldn't be dead air.
Oh, hell, Jesus.
I can play back the audio though.
No, I don't want to hear myself. Stop that. So anyhow, okay, let me just say this. If you're going to, I think hypnosis has a time and a place, and it's useful. But as far as UFO abduction experiencers go, I'm not sure how useful it is unless it's done by a licensed psychiatrist. Because too many people are out there doing it that don't know what they're doing, and you don't want to mess with. You certainly don't want to try to hypnotize, relax somebody that is a serious mental illness, and an untrained individual may not recognize somebody that has a serious mental illness.
Right.
And also, you have to conduct it in a certain way and be very, very careful about what you say and not be leading. And
right.
And a lot of times that does happen. And while I have been hypnotized several times by psychiatrists or psychologists, also by Bud, who was not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but he was guided by Dr. Aphrodite Clemar. So he was, I don't even have my audio tapes anymore, and I think that maybe his or more of what I'll remember from all my experiences was or a minimal psychologist. So But hypnotherapy, being hypnotized is not what people think it is. It's not scary, and you're not going to die, and you're not going to rob a bank or dance like a chicken. It's just really a very super relaxed state of mind, and it may be difficult if you're really wrapped tight and full of anxiety, to be hypnotized at all. It may take some work and training on your part to breathe,
Right.
and learn to relax.
Right, right. Yeah, and, I've always heard that, people say, well, I can't be hypnotized. It's just not going to happen. I'm not. And they're like the quickest ones to go under, which I'm sure.
Unless you have a verified, bona fide mental illness, which some of them can't be hypnotized, you can be hypnotized if you want to be.
Right.
If you don't want to be, you're not going to be because you're the one that does it.
Right.
The person who's leading you is just your guide. You're the one who hypnotizes yourself. So if you don't think you can or don't want to, you won't.
Right.
That's as simple as that.
Well, see, and then, at that point you ask yourself, well, why waste your time with even being there? Same goes for, well, I'm a skeptical believer. Prove to me that they're here. Well, I think that I already have because you're on this investigation with me. That's my argument with those guys too. A skeptical believer. I don't know.
Now, skepticism is healthy to a degree. You don't want to just swallow the very first things that come along as fact. Investigate it. Always look for the most reasonable explanation.
Right.
When you investigate UFO or paranormal, you always begin with the obvious and rule it out as you chip away at that stone and rule out everything prosaic. When you can no longer find any answers, then you may have something on your hands that might be the real deal.
Right. When I'm talking about those asshats that they talk shit the entire time that they're there. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Blah blah blah. Why are you even here wasting my time, dude?
Yeah, and the first time they hear a door bang, they all run and scream like a bunch of pussies out the door. Oh!
That, my friends, is why we can't have a show on TV.
I'm sorry. We can have a show on TV. You can say pussy on HBO and stuff.
Well, I don't know.
They can beat me out. Sure.
I don't know that HBO will pick us up, but we
I don't know.
Skinemax might. I don't know.
Who? Who?
Skinemax.
You stupid. Shut up.
But yeah,
Really? I can't take you no more. What the hell?
I know, right? I'm just, can't take me anywhere. But yeah, it just kind of hit me today. I was sitting here thinking, it's like, I know we were going to do a show tonight, and I knew that you had some experience with hypnosis, and I was like, what kind of state of mind?
Relax.
Just kind of.
Oh.
Well, and then you said that too, and then it hit me with meditation, because I watched a bunch of videos today, and it's a long story, we'll talk about it off air, but I watched a bunch of videos today that were talking about meditation and whatnot, and let me be the first to say that,
Shut up. I'm already going to tell you to shut up. I already know.
Let me be very gentle with how I say this, because it's not all of the New Age people, but some of the New Age people that I watched today are so entirely full of BS that I could hardly stand it. I'm like, I want to find your website and I want to pick your ass apart for the stupid crap that you are putting in these videos that people are watching and going, oh, yeah, that's no.
Right.
No.
I agree. There's some wackadoos.
Right? And I'm like, and they all talk like this, and they're very wispy, and they're fun. I'm like, dude, I just want to shoot you in the freaking face. I mean, come on. The lady's wearing a freaking turban with a little turban jewel in it, and she starts, and wait till you see this video. She starts with her hands like up at her chest, and she's going, so she's breathing real hard like that, and she's pumping her hands in front of her chest. This is how you I was like, oh my God.
Remember when I told you about mental illness?
That looked like I might have a tad bit of illness.
Oh,
People are gonna look at this video and be, what the hell is this guy's problem? Wackadoodle. That's
how
what
come I
it is.
hear myself?
You like a what?
I'm echoing back and it's annoying me.
It's probably Skype because it's being a little douche nugget tonight.
Skype, behave. Okay, it stopped.
Yeah, right.
It did. I'm serious.
Did it really?
Yes, it did. I'm dead serious. Serious. I
Big
am.
bull poop.